Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. On to the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Lord, one of your brothers to edify through the spirit. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the elect. Which we at GMS, that's why we always, we're always understood in the back of our minds. In the front, we let it be known, it's all about the elect of the nation of Israel. And the elect is the most important people on the planet Earth. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. I know 2nd Ezra 9 and about 13, it says, "And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be unpunished." So yes, we go out in the highways and byways. We let it be known the wickedness because we're commanded to do that. Okay? Let's not get the job description difficult. Matter of fact, before I go in there, let me get this one real quick. The backup I just said. Isaiah 58:1, classic goodie. It says, "Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Show my people the transgressions, their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." So our job is to go identify generalization of problems that our people, okay, that's why it says my people, and it doesn't say all the people in the world, their transgressions. We had to condemn the ungodly and lift up and raise up the godly and bring them back into remembrance again. That's our sole purpose. Matter of fact, I wasn't, I had that anyway. It says 2 Peter 3:1, "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance." Remembering what? The order, the covenant. Okay, this is why when we go out there in the highways and byways, we have the plaque, the sign, the 12 tribe sign, because that's an introduction to you to stir up, if you are part of the elect, to stir up that pure mind. Like, this looks about right. Then you ask a brother, what is this? Like it says in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. I said, basically you tell them, all right, the brother or the sister that's out there, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, that who they are, who they truly are, whatever prospective tribe that they from. Okay? And that should spark something in their mind. Now, if they're not for the truth, or they of other sort, they will be sifted out. The scriptures have a mind of its own. I say that because I had something in mind. I might still talk about it. I don't know. It's the spirit just leading me somewhere else. Hebrews 4:12, it says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even dividing asunder of soul and the spirit and joints and marrow, and is the discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart." This is why when you read Revelations 11 chapter, talking about the measure, the reed, right? The reed is a measuring stick. By what? How you measuring somebody? By their outwardly appearance, because their clothing, what they have on that day? No, that's not how you measure or you judge a person. You judge them according to the scriptures. And we generalize certain things to see, either it's going to stir up your pure mind and put you in remembrance, put you back in order, or you're going to buck up. Okay? It's either life or death. We can't take it for granted how we was called. All of us was called into this thing. And since we was called, that wasn't a guaranteed shot, like you was a part of it. But it's as strong as it when you stir up that pure mind of the hopeful elect, is to get them back on the right path, to get them on the right path. Okay? And that's what our job is, the bigger picture. All right? Our main concern is Israel. As far as the other nations, our main they are a caveat. They're like a major dessert. Why? Because they're the root cause of the problem. And there's plenty of scriptures that prove that these other nations not for us. They're not. This is why we don't give two ish about it. And that's why you got to teach right. Now, when I originally sat there and I was thinking about the whole vocab going to GMS Cleveland. Now his whole campaign is basically saying that he won. It's not a win or lose thing. The message was already broadcast. It was already put out there. And the truth was given onto the elect. And it says, matter of fact, let me keep going. This is because 2 Peter 3:2 now. That you may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets. And how can you be mindful? You have to know that you was one of those people. All right? One of those people in that land that, matter of fact, one of those people that was with the Lord from the beginning of time. All right? If you want to go in depth, because this thing of ours is about predestination. That's our life purpose is to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yahweh Shai is going to seal his elect. Yahweh Shai is going to do what Yahweh Shai is going to do. Our job is to put our I won't say our business, but the inspiration, what the Lord put upon us to do what we're doing in front of the world. So people could see, like, yes, the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with these men. Okay? Whether they believe us or not. It says, and this is what it's coming down to, because you had vocab. You know, he is an agent. There's no doubt of our mind that he is an agent. He's an agent of chaos. There's so much things that's going on in the world. He's still concerned about the Hebrew Israelites. But in reality, he's in the right spirit. I gotta keep it a buck. He is in the right spirit. Why is he in the right spirit? Because everything else is caveat. Everything else doesn't matter. The supposed assassination of Trump, all the wickedness is going around us. None of that matters. And the higher level is all about the elect of the nation of Israel versus the elites. The unseen war. And he's one of the forefronts of that unseen war. And it says, of the commandment of us and the apostles of the Lord Yahushua, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. I want to read this in NLT. It says, most importantly, I want to remind you that in the last days scoffers will come, mocking the truth and following their own desire. So scoffers, which vocab is a scoffer, because he's basically saying it is humanly impossible for us to be who we say we are. He's a complete adversary to this truth. Scoffers, mocker or scoffer. Strong's definition: a false teacher. All right. So there's many. The Lord said it. He said it out of his own mouth. There should be many false teachers. All right, saying that they're anointed. Matthew 24, 11. It says, and many false prophets shall arise, shall deceive many. So his job is to deceive, all right, to be a stumbling block. Okay, the world could be on fire. World War III could be hot. His ass will still go against men of the truth, because he is the adversary. He is obsessed because of a good reason, because he was set up to do that. All right, and he is not our concern. He is a nobody. In reality, he's a nobody that became a somebody because his name was mentioned around. But other than that, he's a nobody in the sight of the Lord. Okay, and that's the God honest truth. And he's doing what he's supposed to do. 2 Corinthians 3:6 or 8. It says 2 Corinthians 3:8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. All right, and you know we brothers been talked about this several times before, but something that got to be hammered to everybody's head. Let's not get caught up in our emotions and our feelings about it. Understand the purposes, what people have to play in the Lord's movie. If we say who we say we are through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and we know it, and the Spirit bear witness who we are, then guess what? You have the opposition to come against that what we teach. No matter age, gender, somebody has to come against the men of the Lord. But as they come in against the men of the Lord, they're proving that we are the men of the Lord. What we're saying is true. Because everything else failed. Everything else failed. The only thing that remains now is the truth, the 100% truth. And who bears that 100% truth? The prophets of the Lord. All right? The prophets of the Lord. The true prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, starting with the apostles on down. So the resistance is needed. Okay? The resistance is truly needed. That doesn't take us against our mission. That qualifies the mission. So going back to 2 Ezra 9 and 13. Therefore be not that curious how the ungodly shall be unpunished. So we're not worrying about what's going to happen to these individuals, because death is going to come to them. All right, death is coming. We're in a state of great judgment. It's always sifting, like the brother said in Cleveland. There's always sifting that's going around. There's never a season where there's no sifting, because this thing of ours, in reality, is a battle. It's truly a war. Okay, it's truly a war. Now, it may not be the conventional war with guns and so forth, but it's soon to get to that point. But it's a spiritual war. Matter of fact, get that. Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. What is the wiles? The trickery. All right? Satan throwing darts. He's using certain people to question certain things in our mind, to sow the seed of doubt. All right? That's why you got to put the whole armor of the Lord. Our focus should be on the Lord. Everything is leading to us to get closer to the Lord. Whatever things is going on, our personals, or things that's going on outside, is all should be leading us to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood." So it's not about the carnal thing. Carnal meaning the flesh. It's not a thing of you're 250 pounds and the next man is 240 pounds and you're gonna tuss it out to figure out who's the strongest. No, it's not that. It's not even an intellectual level, how much you think you know. Okay, it's all about the spirit. And what goes on in the realms of the spirit is far greater and deeper than what goes on in the physical. And it says, and blood, but against principalities, which are demons, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. So the rulers of darkness sent that agent, and many others like him. All right? Yeah, when it's a voice in your head, time to time, you could overcome that voice that's in your head. But when it's somebody that's outside, or somebody that looks like you, or somebody just trying to resist what everything you're saying, that's when it goes down, because the rulers of darkness sent these men to do that. It's like the Pharisees. The Pharisees and the Sadducees that was constantly going against the Lord. It wasn't the Romans that was going against the Lord. It was the ruling class of Israel. All right, and that doesn't mean well you said it. So why you go against Esau, the so-called white man? Well, guess what? Well, why would they push to do that? Because they was being oppressed by Esau to maintain that good rapport, so they could continuously oppress their people. So the shit goes up the hill sometimes. But the rulers of darkness of this world, the elites, sent forth agents. It says, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. And of all the enchantments that's being broadcast, and all the evil that's being done around the world, why is this guy completely obsessed? Because the guy is completely obsessed because he's an agent of that realm, of that world. Okay? And when he fails to understand, and they may look at the numbers, that's why I'm, referring back to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. For everybody, it's all about the numbers. You don't got enough members and this, that, to the third. It's about quality against quantity. I mean, quantity against quality. Some to extent. It's not about how much you have. It's about the good stuff, the better, the things that were better off. And it's all about the elect. And this is what throws them off the scent. Yeah, they hear it, but they don't see it. They talk. They have eyes to see, but they can't see because they don't have the spiritual eye. That's why it says in 2nd Ezra, not 2nd Ezra, 1 Corinthians 2 and 5. No, sorry. First Corinthians 2:12. It says, now we have received not the spirit of the world. Matter of fact, 10. But the Most High have revealed them unto us. Wow. Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah. The Most High have revealed it unto us by His Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, the deep things of the Most High. Why is it we from the apostles on down in GMS says it's all about the elect? Because the scriptures say so. Matter of fact, let me finish this off and I'll come back to this and finish it. I'm going to make this too long. It says, back in 2nd Ezra 2 and 9. I mean, 2nd Ezra 9 and 15. No, sorry, 13. And therefore be not that curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. It is about who matters, right? So the deep thing of the Lord is, the Lord don't mind sacrificing a few pawns on the chessboard, which is His people. But it's about the special players that's on the chessboard. The special players that's on the chessboard is the elect. This is why people can't receive this word. This word is, like the scripture says in Isaiah, is still sealed unto these people. These Christians are beating their heads. They can admit, like, yeah, these guys, I could see that what they're saying, but they can't fully convert. Why? Because the Lord don't want them. All right? So there's a deeper thing that's going on that only certain people can understand. For what man knoweth the things of man, save the spirit of man, which is in him, even so the things of the the things of the Most High knoweth no man, but the Spirit of the Most High. Right? Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh. What is that? That is that liberty. All right? That is the understanding, that the deep understanding that the world can't grasp. Why would the Lord create all these people on the planet Earth and he only chose Israel? And who are the Israelites of today? Why would he pick these individual people? If God is love, why he always, if you say God is love, why God is cursing the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? Right? Why this thing is not for everybody? Because these are the deep things that people can't grasp. That the Lord is not dealing with everybody. All right? He's not. Point blank, period. No matter how much scriptures they butcher and try to make it fit, no matter how much times they could study us and get everything verbatim and try to say they go back and forth, they lose and come back many years later. They can't grasp this word because it's not meant for them. And it says, which things also we speak not in the words which men's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. So man's wisdom don't know nothing about the scriptures. It's not about your DNA. All right? It's not about what land you are per se that determines anything. It's all about the Spirit. The scripture says the Spirit bear witness with our spirit. So there's an outside force that can't be seen is witnessing everything, that know who's who and what's what. So the spiritual things, it goes over these people's head. All right? You could repeat the same scriptures. You could actually break it down the same way you break it down. The Spirit is not on you. If you're not one of the Lord's elect, is empty words. Okay? It's nothing but emptiness. It says, but the natural man receive not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. That's why you could have so-called Christians, so-called believers. They say they believe, but when it comes to the fact that, oh, we say who we are, what do they say? Oh, no, it's not about color. It's this, that, to the third. Why? Because they can't, they're in a natural mindset. There's still blockage there that they can't accept. All right? That's why the Lord told that woman at the well that the true worshipers, the Lord seek the true worshipers to worship him in spirit and in truth. So that right there cuts off many fake individuals. Okay? You can't come close to the Lord if you're not even that close to the Lord. There's rooms, there's levels. All right? And the Lord put a deceiving spirit out there as well to throw a lot of people off the course. And it says, neither can he know them because he's spiritually discerned, which he doesn't have no spirit. There's no spiritual filter. And a lot of these people are guilty. How many times vocab comes about, he gets, let's be realistic. Any other person, right, would have gave up years ago. Why he keeps coming back? He don't even, it's not he's consistent. He takes his break and he gets refueled with his nonsense. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is doing that to him. The Spirit of the Lord is the one that gives us the adversary. When the Lord said, I shall give you a mouth where they can't gainsay you. Your adversary can't gainsay you, because the Lord has to build up the adversaries. So they're going to try to tooth nail it, so forth, but they're not going to make any sense to us, because it's not about them. Verse 15, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things. Right, a spiritual man which is a prophet of the Lord, who the Spirit of the Lord is on, judges all things, all matters of people, no matter what the situation is. Right? But yet he himself is judge of no man. And people don't grasp that. Because you can't, why can you judge a spiritual man? Only a spiritual man could judge a spiritual man. And if the Lord raised up a person that's quote unquote, that's not, how many times in the scriptures when the Lord raised up an adversary of the people of the Lord to judge his people? But that spirit was just there for a moment. Afterwards, the Lord tossed that person away. And that's what the Lord's going to end up doing. He's going to end up tossing a lot of these fraudulent camps, a lot of these fraudulent individuals out of the way. And we're living in that time of great judgment. So the Lord is working marvelous works right before our eyes. We just got to keep back to the foundation. It's all about the elect of the nation of Israel. And make sure they're edified and fed. Alright? So with that being said, it was something real short. Though one of your brothers edify. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.